Hello and welcome back to Around Town with Lily. Today I'm interviewing Ryan Boyd, who is the new Executive Director at WCAT. Congratulations on your new position.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
To get started, can you tell the viewers how you grew up and how you got involved in the television business?
Yeah, of course. So I grew up here in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, actually, so probably about 30 minutes north of Wakefield. And growing up, I always had an interest in videos or video production. In high school, I was on the video production club and all of that. I was on the yearbook as a photographer, so I always had an interest in this sort of work. And then, towards the end of high school and beginning of college, that's the time you choose where do you want to go in your career path and things like that. So I went to Fitchburg State, or Fitchburg State University it is now. Back then it was Fitchburg State, for a year to study film production. And then I transferred out of there to Elon University down in North Carolina, finished my degree down there. And so I had a degree in communications with a concentration in cinema studies. From there, I went to Los Angeles for a year to work on productions. From Los Angeles to Washington, D.C., where I was in advertising. And then from there, got a job back up here. So, and then I've been here now since then.
What was your previous job here and what were you in charge of?
Yeah, that's a great question. I started out here as just a video producer, and that was 6 years ago now. So I started in 2013, and over the years sort of progressed from there. So my previous position here was assistant executive director. I'd gotten that promotion a year or so ago from Tom when he was still here, and then so essentially it's kind of went from video producer to technician to assistant executive director.
How did you find out about becoming the new Executive Director?
Yeah, that was fun. So given my previous position, I knew at least I was kind of in the running for executive director. And when Tom announced his retirement, the board of directors approached me and asked me, is becoming the executive director something that you do have an interest in? Because they wanted to make sure that when they got somebody, it wasn't someone who was just going to be here for a year and then move on to something else. And so they sat down with me. We had a nice conversation, and once they kind of got the answers that they were hoping for, they made the decision to offer me the position. And so I've spent the last few months working with Tom to kind of gear up for it and learn some of the things that he knew that I know I had to kind of get up to speed with.
What's the most valuable thing you've learned from Tom and how will you apply it in your new job?
Gosh, that's a good question. Tom is probably the best boss I've ever had. He's a very understanding person. He's very patient. He listens to the people who work for him, and you really get a sense that he cares about you. And I think if I can move forward with that mentality and hope that the folks who work here will feel that way, that I feel that way about them as well, I think that's going to be a great step, because I've been in places and I've had jobs where I didn't feel that way. I felt like the management didn't really care what was happening in my personal world, but it was always only focused on the job, and that was it. Whereas here and under Tom, it was, if you had something going on at home, he understood. Go take the day, take care of that, come back when you can. And so I really want to make that a focus of what we do here. Understand that the work here is important, but family and all of that comes first.
What are your main responsibilities now?
Oh boy, a lot more than they used to be. A lot of it is making sure the bills that need to get paid are getting paid. A lot of it is being out there in the community, making sure you're going to events to represent WCAT. Where maybe I could have been a little more lenient about things in the past, now I'm the face, so to speak, here. So I got to make sure the level of professionalism stays there, and really make sure that folks that I'm representing WCAT in a good fashion. So the responsibilities really have grown, but it's really good. And I think even yourself, you probably learn as you continue to grow that something, even though things change and might get a little intimidating sometimes, it all just helps you grow that much more and be that much more prepared for things that are going to come your way. And so the responsibilities that I'm now taking on are really starting to show that, like, it can be intimidating at times, but it's also helping me grow, and that's that you can't trade that for anything. It's great.
What do you think will be the hardest thing to accomplish in 2020?
Um, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but the funding for community access stations all over the country is sort of in limbo. Um, Federal regulations have recently changed, and where we get our money from, the cable companies and things like that provide us with a way to live and operate here. Um, the funding there is kind of in question, and so not just us, but every station around the country is trying to figure out, okay, if something happens and our funding goes away, what now? So a lot of what we're doing is trying to figure out, okay, how do we supplement if we have to make up for lost money and revenue that's coming in from the cable stations? So the biggest challenge in 2020 and even moving forward is really going to be, kind of keeping our heads above water and making sure that the money that we need to operate can still come in, and then basically figuring out how do we make that happen. We have a lot of good ideas, and I think we got a lot. We have a good uh, track that we're going on, and so it's just kind of making sure that we continue on that path. I think will ensure us a good future.
What's been your favorite memory on the job?
Oh boy, there's been a lot. I mean, I've been here now. This is the longest job I've had, so 6 years now. A lot of great memories. Honestly, the ones that seem like they wouldn't be the best really are. So those days when you come in at 7 in the morning and you're working until midnight, it's a quote unquote miserable day because you're working so many hours, but you're there with the team that you enjoy and that you respect and you like being around. And I think those are the days that challenge you the most are the ones that also allow you to appreciate what you do and the people that you're doing it with, because you really do, you grow not only as a team but sort of as a family. I mean, there's four of us here now, five when Tom was still here, and we really are a family. I mean, there's days where we get along great, there's days where we bicker and fight a little bit, but at the end of the day, I think as long as we all still respect each other and know that we can work together, then you can't ask for much more out of a job.
What are you looking forward to most in 2020?
I am looking forward to trying new things. Um, we we've been doing things the same way for a while now, and I'm excited. I know our folks here have a lot of really good ideas. Our board members have a lot of really good ideas. Even folks from the community that have their own shows, they approach us with these new ideas that, oh, I'd like to try this, or have you ever considered, a show about whatever topic? And I think I'm excited to really see where those ideas can go to. I mean, we have people that have approached us about trying to do a game show here at WCAT with the school system, and see if you can't get you know the students to enjoy sort of an extracurricular here at the studio, things like that. So I think there's a lot on the docket, and I think there's a lot of possibility, and I'm really excited to see what comes up this year, and what will even come up the year after that too.
What's your favorite thing about working here?
My favorite thing about working here is the flexibility. There really is a lot of flexibility, both in what we get to do, but also in the hours that we work, or in the again being able to balance your life with work is so big and so important. Um, and the things that we do here, there's a whole range of it. We cover governmental meetings, yes, but we also do podcasting, which is so much fun. And we also have shows like yours, where it's like excuse me, a personal interest piece where you bring someone in from the town and get to have a conversation and learn about them a little bit. So it really is. It's so much fun with the different varieties that we get to do. And even with the government meetings, that we get to learn about what's going on in the town and what to expect, and kind of the changes that are happening on a bigger picture. And it's really just, it's a very rewarding place to be. And to feel like you're a part of the community and really trying to help out with the community is like that's the best for me.
How could someone get involved in the community?
Oh yeah, within the community itself or with us here at the
Here.
station, because I can tell you both.
Both then.
Well, for here at the station, I would say just contact us. You can call us here. The number is 781-224-0300, or you can send us an email at info@wcat.tv. And whether it's you have something, a concern or an idea for a show, or you're interested about membership or volunteering, whatever it might be, contact us and we can get back to you about how you can help us or we can help you with the idea that you might have. And for the community, it's the same idea. I mean, we are just one part of Wakefield, and there are so many other parts that do similar things. I mean, we handle the kind of the video aspect of the stuff happening around town, but get involved with the library, get involved with the programs they have there, or the rec department, or just whatever it might be. There's so much opportunity in this town that I think I don't think they take it for granted, but I do think that they might not realize how much there actually is to do and how easy it actually is to get involved. And just beyond that, how rewarding it feels to become involved with those types of things. Because a lot of towns don't have all the resources that Wakefield has, and they don't have all the opportunities that Wakefield has. This place, it's kind of swimming with opportunity, and for anyone who wants to be a part of it, it's really easy to be a part of.
What's one thing you want the viewers to know about you?
About me, I hope that the viewers can know that you can always come talk to me, and really to any of us, but if you have an idea, if you have a concern, if you are just curious about some of the stuff that happens here at WCAT, I mean, we're a bit of an open book. You can call, you can come on in. We are happy to sit with you, talk with you, work with you on whatever it is you might be interested in. We have plenty of phone calls throughout the week from people. Some of them are just asking about, oh, when is this particular show playing? Some of them are, praising us on the coverage of town meeting or whatever it might have been that we covered recently. So, and a lot of the times people ask, oh, I know that this is happening in town in the next couple of weeks. Do you plan on being a part of it? Some of those things kind of fly under our radar. We've covered plenty of events that it's because people have called and asked us if we were going to be there that we just kind of go, oh, I didn't. Sometimes we didn't realize that was happening. Thank you for letting us know. We'll be there. So I really I want people to know that we're here for you. The whole reason this exists is for the community and for people here in the town to utilize us to be able to get their own word out there to folks. And if they have a message that they want to tell, use us. That's what we're here for.
Thank you for joining me here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you for watching this episode, and I hope to see you next time on Around Town with Lily.